In this first tutorial, we're going to be looking at the Blender 3D animation program. We're going to be looking at the interface of this program, and we're going to be making our very first scene and rendering it out, making the image. So, when we first load Blender, you will meet a splash screen like this one here. We don't need to use this at the moment, so we just click to the right to get rid of it. What we have in our scene is we have three components. This is our 3D space, and to show you that it's 3D space, we can either zoom in with the mouse, zoom out with the mouse wheel, or we can hold down the middle mouse wheel, or the middle mouse button, and we can rotate around the space like that. So this is actually a 3D environment, maybe quite similar to something you've used in a computer game maybe. And the three things that we can see here are, we have the cube in the center. This is what's going to be the main part of our scene. And we have a light source to the top right of it. And to show you that it is the top right, if we again scroll around with the mouse button, you can see that the light source is there. It's going to shine down on the top of the cube and the side of the cube, but probably not so much on this side, because this is a bit like a sun or a lamp shining down here, but this is on the other side. It's out of the reach of the light, so that may be quite dark. And over here, this little block here, is our camera. If I right click on that, you can see that's what we're going to be seeing. So we should be seeing straight on some of the cube. And to show you what this scene looks like now with our camera, we hit the F12 key. And there we go. So we have, a bit like we predicted, we have the cube with the light up here shining down on the top and to the side, but not on this side. This side is very dark. Hit escape to get out of this view. And you just saw me there selecting several items. To select an item, what we do is we right click on it, and we right click on it, and we right click on it. Everything in this scene is selectable. This is a bit strange because maybe you're used to selecting things with the left mouse button. So we right click to select something, and then we use the left mouse button to manipulate it, or to change it, in this case to move it. So we're going to move this cube just up a little bit to make it parallel with that light. Now, what's that going to do? Well, the light will, you can imagine, shine on this side of the cube and maybe a little bit on the top, but not too much. But the problem with this scene now is if we go to our camera, we may not get to see anything at all. If I press F12 again, you see that the cube's actually jumped out of the picture. We can use the blue arrow to drop it slightly. And now I hit F12 again, you can see the cube's moving down. We're dealing here with 3D space. So the last bit of this first tutorial is we're going to show you how to very quickly delete and add items or objects to our scene. So let's rotate around a little bit more. So let's go around here. We're going to get rid of this cube by hitting the delete key on your keyboard. There we go. It asks me, do I want to delete it? To check that I'm sure, I'm just going to either click the delete button or hit the enter key. And that cube has now been deleted. We want to, well, that's a bit annoying because now our scene has nothing in it. So we need to add something to this scene by going to the left-hand toolbar, clicking on create, and we have a whole selection of different things we can add. I'm going to actually add a monkey and I'm going to give it a cone hat. Let's try this. So if I click on monkey, my monkey appears there. If I click on cone, a cone appears there too. So scrolling round, you can see immediately that your monkey has the cone kind of going down like a bit like a beard. It's a bit strange, but we're going to change this. So I click on the blue arrow with my left mouse button and I can drag the cube up. And there I have it. I have a hat on my monkey. If I hit an F12, well, it's okay. We do have a monkey with a hat, but I probably want to, I don't know, get the lighting slightly differently because we're illuminating the back of its head. We want the lighting on the front. And exactly the same as we just did with moving that hat, we can right click on the lamp up here, use the green arrow, drag it across, use the red arrow, drag it across there, and then drop it down slightly. So now the light is in the monkey's face, or shining on the monkey's face there. Hit F12 again, and there we go. We have a nicely lit monkey wearing a hat.